Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan case out of Pictou County, Nova Scotia, who vanished from their home on May 2nd, 2025. The latest developments, neighbors heard throughout the night. What do you think about it? We got a lot to talk about. Doing a little bit of a different intro today for your pleasure. One moment, please.
Forest, down a dirt track lane, lives a wild-haired woman. Junkyard Janie's her name. She's got a hairless dog in a camper so small, with a picket fence that's barely holding it all.
Holding it all. Come on, Jane.
Her son Daniel's trouble, but she'll say he's fine. Cheats at cards, tells tall tales every dang time. Junkyard Janie puffing smoke through the pipe. Her dog's got no fur, but he's living the life. Daniel can't ride my ATV, no way. Janie says he's perfect, but not today. She's got lawn chairs sinking in the muddy old yard, ashtrays overflowing. Janie's puffing too hard. The dog's chasing shadows, barking at the moon. Janie's singing old songs out of tune. Daniel's got his stories, none of them true. Says he built the fence, but we all know who. Junkyard Janie puffing smoke through the pipe. Her dog's got no fur, but he's living the life. Daniel can't ride my ATV, no way. Janie says he's perfect, but not today. In a Nova Scotia forest,
He's lying, Deborah.
dirt track lane, lives a wild-haired woman. Junkyard Janie's her name. She got a hairless dog and a camper so small, with a picket fence that's barely holding it all. Her son Daniel's trouble, but she'll say he's fine. Cheats at cards, tells tall tales every dang time. Junkyard Janie puffing smoke through the pipe. Her dog's got no fur, but he's living the life. Daniel can't ride my ATV, no way. Janie says he's perfect, but not today.
This one's better.
In a Nova Scotia forest, down a dirt track lane, lives a wild-haired woman. Junkyard Janie's her name. She's got a hairless dog in a camper so small, with a picket fence that's barely holding it all. Her son Daniel's trouble, but she'll say he's fine. Cheats at cards, tells tall tales every dang time. Junkyard Janie puffing smoke through the pipe. Her dog's got no fur, but he's living the life. Daniel can't ride my ATV, no way. Janie says he's perfect, but not today. She's got lawn chairs sinking in the muddy old yard, ashtrays overflowing. Janie's puffing too hard. The dog's chasing shadows, barking at the moon. Janie's singing old songs out of tune. Daniel's got his stories, none of them true. Says he built the fence, but we all know who. Junkyard Janie puffing smoke through the pipe. Her dog's got no fur, but he's living the life. Daniel can't ride my ATV, no way. Janie says he's perfect, but not today. In a Nova Scotia forest,
Hold on one second, guys.
down a dirt track lane.
I've got a little info here. Just bear with me 1 second, everyone. Starting it out a little bit different. Just give me 1 second. I gotta.
Daniel in the mirror.
Just give me 1 second.
Cape made of bed sheets. Superhero swagger, but his powers taste sweet. Not kryptonite, nah, it's crystals and fumes. Pictou County's whispering that boy's doom. Supermass Daniel, soaring through the skies, fighting off the bears, outrunning all the spies. Supermass Daniel, living in his head. The RCMP's connecting dots instead. Raging the rapids, his canoe's made of lies. Says he tamed the river, but he soaked and dry-eyed. Tells the world he wrestled 10 raccoons last night, but the only claws he felt were from his own bad fight. Too many black eyes, too many tails. The North don't claim you, your bravado fails. Daniel thinks he's Superman, but the county's laughing. We all understand. Superman Daniel, you can't fool the town. The Mounties got their book, and they're tracking you down. He says he's faster than...
Daniel, you must be hitting the pipe right now. You really must be hitting the fucking pipe right now. You have no shame, sir. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Daniel. You have absolutely no shame. Hey, everyone. Good to see you. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 19th, 2025. It is currently 9:46 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Daniel, I'm going to tell you what. Mr. Daniel. I'm going to find out. And if you're lying, which I don't know how anyone else believes that you the way it is already, but you do anything to get the eyes off you, don't you, Daniel? Including, I mean, for God's sakes, even you threw Malaya under the bus, and she hasn't even thrown you under the bus. And I believe you're both equally no, for that matter. Yeah, please don't mention anybody else in my chat. Daniel's making up lies right now. We're busting him. We're finding it out right now, and we're gonna bust him. It's just crazy. 1 second. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. it's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me how two men came out that didn't want to get involved in this, trying to do the right thing, and now they're getting blamed for it. Not going to say they're getting blamed for it, but well, Daniel is. Daniel's blaming anybody but himself. It's insane to me. Absolutely insane. He never stops lying. And I do believe there's so many of us creators right now. It's one of the few cases I've ever been on where all of the creators are working together. And I'm really proud of that. I really am proud of that. We got like myself, Daphne, and Sunny and AB, and all of us were working together. Wolfie's doing a bunch of work. All of you guys in chat are, and that's something to be really proud of in this case. And I really feel like things are moving. Things are finally, hopefully, moving a little bit. Well, there is one that believes Daniel has nothing, and so I do want to mention something. Thank you so much, Diane. Thank you, darling. Good to see you, baby. Appreciate you. There you go, girl. Much love and appreciation for you. Thank you so much, Diane. Good to see you, baby. Really, really do appreciate your support. How you doing, girl? And thank you so much for being a member as well, Miss Diane. Yes, Diane Cat. Yeah, there is Leslie. There is Leslie. Am I okay? I hope so. Am I not supposed to be? Did they say something else? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine, baby. I am all good. Why? Am I not supposed to be okay, Kelly? Yeah, I'm good, baby. Good to see you. Thank you, Violet. Thank you, love. So, I want to talk about something. We're going to get into some maps and stuff as well while we are digging on some stuff right now actively. So one of the neighbors that spoke out, thank you, Carol. Yeah, I wasn't feeling good at all yesterday. At all. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, today I feel much better. Yeah, I was sick. Yeah, but I thought I've talked to Kelly since then. Maybe I didn't. Thank you, Miss Kelly. Thank you for checking on me. I appreciate you. Much love to you, my dear. Thank you, Tina. Going portable with Justin and the Pearls, road tripping with hubby to California. Thank you, Tina. You and the hubby be safe. Really do appreciate you. Thank you for taking the That's a pearl. That a pearl, girl. So Daniel and others are talking about the neighbor who has that spoke out very early on in this. They don't even speak badly about Janie or any of them. And it's surprising to me that the reciprocation that Janie and Mathtel has given the neighbors has not been very good. Right? Oh my goodness, Shannon. Thank you so much, my love. You are so sweet. Thank you, love. Appreciate you very, very much, Miss Shannon. Appreciate you, love. Good to see you. Very, very kind of you, Miss Shannon. Appreciate you so much, my love. Good to see you. Diane, thank you, love. Appreciate you. Please give me an old Daniel. Oh, Jenny boy. Where is she at? All right. Thank you so much, Diane. Appreciate you, darling. Good to see you. Thank you, Diane, again. Very sweet of you, my dear. Oh, Mamacita Joyous. Love you, Mr. and Mrs. Joyous. What happened to my damn button? What? Am I froze? Hold on. What happened to it? Let me, hopefully it works. There we go. Hopefully. Come on, StreamYard. Thank you so much, Miss Joyous. Appreciate you, Mr. and Mrs. Joyous. Much love to you guys. You are very, very kind. Very, very sweet. Thank you. I got a lot of stuff going on right now. Trying to see messages. Appreciate you, my dear. Daniel, right now, you know that you are lying. You are lying through the few teeth that you have left. I'm telling you, Daniel. So we just checked, and you're lying. Do you want to be known to be as even as big of a liar, Daniel? This mother chicken, I swear to you guys, I have never worked a case as much and seen as much as someone lies as Mr. Mathtel. And the tooth comment, by the way, was just for Daniel. So, but he must have mental health issues the way he lies. He's got a math issue. That's what he's got. He's saying he made a comment earlier, just a little bit ago, that RCMP was with cadaver dogs at his neighbor's house. You lie, Daniel. You lie. You know, you're not the only one that lives in that area that talks, Daniel. I guess you thought it would be cute for the people who blindly follow you and yeah, it's 11 o'clock there as well. Yeah. This would be the time that they would do it, right? This channel's so addictive. Ah, thank you, love. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. He lied and said, how convenient whenever people that believe you say it. It's a game to him. It is, Wolfie. It's a fucking game to him. It's a game for him to stay his ass out of the clink is what it is. You know, and this is what I always say pisses me off the most. This is what gets me hot. Is that there are people that know where a 4 and a 6-year-old is right now. Whether they're alive or they're in the woods somewhere, wherever their little souls or bodies are, gets me emotional. And this mother chicken thinks it's a game. What the hell? You are demented. But I guess I couldn't expect anything less from someone that says he wants to R someone that's sadistic. Sometimes I think, you know, Daniel might be a good guy. He's just got some problems. But then I think, no, no, don't give him that. Don't give him that because he is a very demented person, in my opinion, at his core. Someone that wants to R a woman, someone that holds down women. These kids were not taken care of in any way. I believe they pretty much raised themselves. So he's doing this to I guess the whole family's like that. I don't know. It's sad. It's really sad that there are two babies who, in my opinion, something happened, or probably something. I think he lost control of Malaya, and therefore he lost control of himself, and therefore, once he lost control of himself, he flipped. If you ignore him, that is more hateful than replying to him, in my opinion. Hurtful. Oh, hurtful. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Well, uh, I mean, even Malaya said he liked the attention. Thank you, Jan. Good to see you, baby. Appreciate you very much. Thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you, my dear. If you received that pearl necklace, make sure you thank our beautiful Jen in Georgia. Good to see you, baby. I wonder when Lily started her screaming before or after hooking up with Malaya. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Joanne. Good to see you, baby. Brian, Peacemaker, Kelly, Peggy, Sassy, Donna, Sherry. Okay. No, there's nothing going on there. Nothing. Nothing going on there, Daphne. Mm-mm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of people are talking about uh, one of the neighbors has a history and allegedly stealing, right? Oh, he's baiting. He was just baiting. That's all he was doing. Just baiting. That's it. It's a game to him. It's a game to him. He's got nothing to lose. Remember that. He's got nothing to lose. Look at his life, what he has made it, right? You can't try to control everybody and the narrative and potentially put your hands on women, maybe, possibly, perhaps children, and think your life's going to be good. So, one of the neighbors, a few years ago, sold some stuff. And that might be, people will use that against him if they're on Daniel's side. But we don't know if this person is cleaner now or not, right? And Daniel Mathel, you were draining an old woman. You were draining an old woman, Malaya's grandmother. You were draining the system. You were draining everyone around you. And so you're one to talk. You're one to talk. Even criminals hates people that bring harm to kids. Yes, AB, exactly. I've got one of your videos pulled up, by the way. You did a great job. Wolfie was talking about it today to me. We all love Wolfie. Even the most sadistic criminals won't hurt a child. And people who rob for rugs, they don't collect children. They don't collect children. It's stupid for anyone, in my opinion, to equate the two. It's stupid. And the other neighbor is a really good guy. He is like a farmer. He goes to like a lot of little markets and stuff like that and all that. And regardless if they were on rugs or not, they kept up their place a hell of a lot better than you did, Junkyard Janeth and Daniel. Daniel tells lies, pointing his finger at everyone else. He doesn't want to go to prison, I'm thinking. Oh, well, I've got a message from him. He's like, whoever did this to Jack and Lilly, they're going to see the biggest prison sentence that like Canada's ever known or something like that. I've got it somewhere. I've shown it before 1,000 times. He's ridiculous. Criminal will talk to police when it comes to crimes against children. Yeah, well, I mean, these guys, the neighbors didn't want to get involved, and like Daphne was saying today, it's got to be uncomfortable for them, to having a math tell to your left of your property and to the right of your property. And you've got old Earl talking now. I don't know. He's probably. One second. Okay. Hold on. One second. Yeah. Yeah, Daniel, you're full of shit. You're absolutely full of shit. Also, if Justin Smith was Brad's friend, he would be Facebook friends, in my opinion. I don't see him as friends. They're not. They're not. They just want Jack and Lilly found, and they probably want the math towel out of there. And this is the other thing. Just because you've never been convicted of a crime in, like you've never went to jail or anything, doesn't mean you're not a criminal. It just means you haven't been caught. Okay. Math tell, you hear me? Some people might not sleep well in this speaking. So many names known, I have to organize myself. Well, okay. Let's see here. Where am I going to start first? I might. Oh, 1 second. Just a little laugh. Just a little laugh here. I found Junkyard Janeth's husband. Are you guys ready? I just want to give a little laugh. Okay. I found her today. And here he is.
Marlboro Reds. You want to taste the tobacco. That's why you smoke cigarettes. It tastes something cheap like a Parliament. Non-smokers smoke that stuff. It's a very light taste. It wouldn't be my type of cigarette. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Marlboro Light, you know? Like American Spirit, one of those earthy cigarettes for people too cheap to buy Marlboro. Whoa, now that one I know is not a Marlboro, it's a menthol. Oh my God, a Newport, oh my God, I don't know who the hell smokes it. Am I correct or am I wrong?
Yes, you are, you're correct.
Okay, so I know my cigarettes. I do not promote smoking, but if you're gonna smoke, smoke quality.
There you go. I mean, doesn't he kind of remind you of like the male Janie as well? Doesn't he remind you of the male Janie? Like if, Janie had a squash down there or whatever you want to call him. Put a blonde wig on and call him Janie. I was like, is that Janie? He is accurate. Janie is not. Yeah. Janie's a mom's heart don't lie. Well, your son does, mother chicken. Your son does. Daphne, do you mind if I pull up? I know you don't mind, but I still want to ask. I want to show you something here from. All right. First of all, does everyone know about, if you haven't watched me in the last couple of days or haven't been on the Jack and Lilly Sullivan case the last few days, do y'all know about the neighbors coming out and speaking to the RCMP in the very beginning? Put a 1 in the chat if you know nothing about it. Hey, Census Soul, Paige, Pam, Shana, share. If you don't know anything about it, it's okay if you don't. I just don't want to. I just like for everyone knows. Okay, so we got some 1s. Okay. All right. So in the last few days, they redacted some new RCMP with shit. 1 second. They redacted some more of the RCMP documents, and they did a piece on it, and we'll get to the maps and all that stuff here in a little bit.
First time we're here.
1 second. So this is what we're talking about right here. 1 second.
Hearing detailed accounts from neighbors who were awake in the quiet hours before 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan disappeared from their home in Pictou County. The children were reported missing from their home at 10:01 on the morning of Friday, May 2nd. According to court documents, neighbor Brad Wong told police he heard a loud vehicle coming and going 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early hours of the morning.
Okay. We did know that one of the neighbors said that they heard a car in the early hours of the night. We did not know that it was on the RCMP document. We just kind of thought that was a rumor, right? Yes, AB. Yes. Yep. As in the beginning too. And since they did, since the Canadian media filed for more redactions to be removed, they did speak with the neighbors, and two of the neighbors heard that one of them says it was Daniel's vehicle, and the other one said that they heard vehicles coming in and out of the property throughout the night after midnight. And this is what it kind of explains.
Wong said his house is at an elevated position from the children's home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne, and he could see vehicle lights over the treetops. He said the vehicle would drive off in the distance, and he could hear it stop and then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. Another neighbor, Justin Smith, told RCMP that at 1:30 a.m., he heard a car turn around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road. He said it made a noise, then the vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove off towards Lairg Road. Smith told police he later spoke with Wong, who informed him the vehicle was the children's stepfather, Daniel Martel. The court records also detail Martel's account of the evening. He told police he went to bed fairly early and didn't wake up until light the next morning.
Now, that's obviously a problem because neighbors on each side of Daniel's and Malaya's and Janie's property are saying that, no, they heard that there was vehicles going in and out of the property that night. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yes, AB, we've talked about that. Those swings were not there. They just duct taped those things up to make them look like, oh, see, this is where they were swinging that morning. Plus, there was a big pile of wood underneath of it. They couldn't have swung if they wanted to. There was a big pile of wood. It's crazy. But anyway, on both sides, they hear cars coming and going. How could the kids swing with them wrapped up? Well, they supposedly had them unwrapped by then, but they weren't up at all, right? Wendy, if you know him, come on, girl. We all support him. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Well, I don't know how anybody could believe. Daniel literally just lied just a few minutes ago, saying that cadaver dogs were at the fucking neighbor's house right now. He's lying through his ass. And like, if you support him, how can you support that when he's lying? Yeah, in the backyard, they said the kids were swinging. The swings weren't up. There was a big pile of wood underneath the swings. Fact, and she said they weren't there. No, they weren't there. They weren't there. Uh-oh. Hey, Mama Angie. Oh yeah, yeah. He's an idiot. He's an idiot, Mama Angie. Nobody believes him. Right. Joe, well, no, Mama Angie, if you ask any legitimate question, you get timed out or blocked. There, that's just the way it is. Message me, I'll tell you how to fix it, though.
The document said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, told police she went to bed around 9 p.m. She said Martel stayed up and she doesn't know what he did. Brooks.
Now, that's, in my opinion, Malaya's playing it smart. She went to bed. Whatever Daniel did, he did, right? She didn't wake up till 6 o'clock in the morning, and that way she can say she went to bed. Daniel stayed up. Oh, what did Daniel do? Shannon, his dangerous. I wouldn't turn my back on him. Yeah.
Murray has not responded to our request for comment. In several interviews, though, Martel has told CBC he had nothing to do with the children's.
The four-wheelers?
Fight.
Oh, yeah. Yep, there's the four-wheeler right there.
The next morning, the document said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, told.
Janie, what were you raking that night? What were you raking that night? Was it tire tracks from the wet mud? Janie,
Police, she went to bed around 9 p.m. She said Martel stayed up and she doesn't know what he did. Brooks Murray has not responded to our request for comment. In several interviews, though, Martel has told CBC he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance. And in a phone interview Friday, Martel said no one from the family left the property that night and they did not have any visitors.
I didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property. I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids.
RCMP says the case is still being investigated.
We didn't kill any of the kids. I mean, we didn't kill the kids. My washer spinner. Yes. Yes. I was cleaning Daniel's shorts that night in the washer spinner. Does anyone find it convenient now that in the last few days, Daniel now says that the two shirts that Daniel was wearing, the 2 days he was supposedly searching, that he said Malaya stole, and then she also wrote lipstick in the mirror, that they were magically found after 5 fucking months. Yeah. And isn't it interesting how Daniel says Jack was in the kitchen and yet the chair wasn't moved or anything, but something was missing in the kitchen. And also his coat was missing because he said it was hanging up next to the door where it always hangs up. But now Daniel is saying, ta-da, they have found Jack's jacket as well. Probably under the trash. I find that very interesting. I keep saying something's up with the brother, Justin. What was that, Half Moon? Daniel's reason for being around is to intercept all the new info. Yeah. It's just deflection. It's just deflection. He wants us to talk about his buffoonery, and then that keeps us off the main things, right? We're not falling for it, Daniel. We are looking for the kids. We are looking at what happened that night, where your petty ass was. You didn't sleep that night, did you, Daniel? Neither did you, Malaya. Neither did you, Janie. Maybe police should increase. Well, I really believe when kids go missing like this, I think that they need to take the parents sent too and see if it goes anywhere. Get the parents sent, see if it leads them anywhere. Because I believe if they would have done that in Summer's case, in Sebastian's case, in Jack and Lily's case, that could have potentially changed things quickly. All right. Here we go. So that's what that's about. Oh, if there's trolls in here, mods will take care of them. Just block them, mods. Someone just messaged me. I don't know. Good. We don't give a damn. All right. Onward and upward. Let's go to AB did a really good video today, guys. Make sure y'all go over. I got his link in the comments below, in the description below for the replay crew. We're going to look at that here in just momentarily, but one of our dear subs went out today. They've done so much, our local Nova Scotians. Thank you guys so much, truly, for all you local Nova Scotians and Canadians and all the above, for going out there and taking these videos, these pictures that you have sent us all. It helps more than you know. But I want to show Daphne's right here. And then we're going to move along. We need to, there's some areas that I hope this new group searches pretty soon. There's going to be a search for, please just mute my voice. You have a lovely voice, Daphne. I, on the other hand, don't. I sound like a gay cat on a hot tin roof.
Okay, internet
Beat
friends,
that.
let me describe this for you. So this is turning
Gay cats breeding on a hot tin roof.
off the 289 onto the Larrig Road, where the neighbor said he heard Daniel, allegedly, drive from his house off of 1407 Gearlock Road, okay, which is the 289. All right. Daniel went over the railroad tracks on supposedly off Lansdowne and Lansdowne Station Road, turned around, went up the 289.
I'm getting distracted. I got to go back. If there was one thing about like myself that I could change, it would be my voice. I cannot stand my voice.
Where the neighbor said he heard Daniel, allegedly, drive from his house off of 1407 Gearlock Road, okay, which is the 289. All right.
Thank you guys.
Daniel went over the railroad tracks on supposedly off Lansdowne and Lansdowne Station Road, turned around, went up the 289 and made a left onto Larrig Road. This is Larrig Road. It's like a dirt gravel road, guys. In a minute, I'm going to show you where the pipeline connects to this Larrig.
Now, it's very interesting right here because look at the road. It's wet. It's wet there. Very similar to how it would have been in May. Right? Hey, Lexi. There would have been, let's say Jack and Lily was in the driveway there, right? There would be some other footsteps. Also, notice how these footprints that were in the yard and on the other side of close to where the train tracks was there, it's just a few of them, just like there was a few in the driveway, right? Total setup, in my opinion. Not, a couple footprints, and then you might lose track of the footprints, but then a few feet on up, you should see some other footprints, right? That would have been more believable, Daniel. But there's just a couple footprints there. That's it. Same as the footprints close to where the blanket is. Also, just to note, these trees weren't in full bloom yet on May 1st, so the neighbor could have seen the lights as well. Rainy, bald trees. Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I am from the country. Like, I'm from Appalachia. And I grew up in a holler, like a real holler all around me. And when I was a kid, when someone would come into the holler from down the hill, it would light up the whole damn place because we were 40 miles from any real city, right? There's no light pollution there. And that's why it will shine bright. Even our trees in it's not even here in the mid-Atlantic. The trees start coming out here around I would say May 9th, 10th, right? Did Justin run the kids over? I don't think that happened. I think this was a storm brewing. I don't think it's a coincidence that Malaya, either was it that day or the day before, was doing laundry. What do you do when you get ready to leave someone? What do you do? Even if they don't know, what the hell do you do? You do your laundry, right? What is she doing? She's getting her tag on her car, right? Daniel knew. Mostly pines and fir trees there, though. There is a lot of pine and trees there, absolutely. But there's also a lot of foliage. It's a mix.
Guys, in a minute, I'm going to show you where the pipeline connects to this Laird Road. So this is the street, if you're going to Daniel's house from...
And it's very interesting because, in my opinion, Daniel and his family or whoever, they had their own little highway behind their house. This pipeline and these trails. And you didn't even have to be on the road at times if you were doing something as well. Yep, Jennifer, yep. Thank you, Dreamcatcher.
From Laird Road, you're going to hit Matheson West Road after that, guys, where the Lansdowne Lake is. Okay, and then after that...
well, yes, Joe, you empty their bank account if they have anything in there, but you see, you can say, oh, the RCMP has checked Daniel and Malaya's bank account. But again, if the same day they had their grandma's credit card because they didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, then it doesn't matter. if they check their bank accounts. You can check it till the day of judgment. It's not going to move if you don't got anything to put in there. And also if you're, what's going on with the taxes or whatever he did. Your internet skipping. The wind is so bad, Daphne. Everywhere right now.
Then you have like Daniel's house and stuff. All right. So remember they had the staging area at the Lansdowne Lake area off of Matheson West Road. All right. Now,
I am so sorry I don't have it on my one that doesn't get ads. I apologize. 1 minute and 12 seconds.
okay, internet friends,
One
let
second.
me.
There we go.
Here, there's the pipeline right there. You follow that through. Keep driving.
All right, look at this. Look at this right here. This is
Off of
Watch this.
Matheson West Road. All right. Now, this area here, there's the pipeline right there. You follow that through. Keep driving there. You're going to go right behind Jack and Lily's house.
Yeah. Now, this has been cut recently, but look how far that is. Look at that. That's going to take you to Jack and Lily's house. That's a long ass ways for two little legs, a 4 and a 6-year-old in boots with cold, right? And it wasn't cut. It was after fall and all of that, and winter. That is a long ass ways. Women's wear. That's interesting. We've got some things in the works we're all working on, and no, there's no way. There's no way. They're walking maybe 100 miles, a 4-year-old in a diaper, and yeah, not happening, Nancy. Not happening. Was blowing me around the yard. Not a chance.
All right. They just mowed this area, probably to keep it low, maybe because the cadavers were out there. I don't know, but it's been mowed. This is the opposite direction. This is Lyric Road, connects to the pipeline, guys.
It was
this
cold
is the
and
way
wet.
out
Yes.
to go towards 289. So you turn here off Lyric Road, go down.
I don't believe Jack and Lily went. I don't believe Jack went missing before. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you. That's very sweet of you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Very kind love. Someone said, does anybody know how far Jack got when he supposedly went off before? He was 2 years old then, and someone's going to have to prove it for me to believe it, because Daniel and Malia said that they had never gotten out before. Never. That was asked in the very beginning. Well, have they ever, any of them ever got out before? I think it's just another added bullshit from Daniel. Oh, no documents were ever shown of that. Show it. Oh shit, there goes my battery's about to die. 1 second. I'm going to play this. I got to change my battery.
And you'll run into Jack and Lily's house. I hope this helps to explain it. Now, there's a Lorda Park. It's a campground. It's no longer they're not open anymore. They had a funding problem a few years back, guys. I don't really know the details of it. But supposedly Justin Smith lives close to this area. So he would have seen or heard the car, because if Daniel allegedly drove the car, he would have seen and heard it. That's why Justin Smith spoke to the RCMP on dispatch around 2:30 in the afternoon on May 2nd, telling RCMP he can tell them what cars were going through because he's right there off the 289 at the closed down Lorda Park area, okay? The other neighbor,
Guys, give me 2 seconds. I've got to refresh my stream so I can turn my camera back on. There we go. So sorry about that. My battery died. Had to change it.
Brad, lives on Lansdowne Station
Listen to
Road,
this.
which is adjacent to
He helped her.
where
Yes. I'm going to show you something.
Daniel's father and the other brother live. Now, supposedly, allegedly, Janie's other brother, Harvey, lives on Lansdowne Station Road. So this might be why the neighbor kind of waited a little bit longer to come out and say something. I don't know. Kind of like,
I believe, I mean, listen, all of us experience some sort of pressure, whether we like to admit it or not. If there is something going on in your neighborhood and you might hear cars going in and out of the night, many times, most people will let the RCMP do something and then, or let the police do something. And then if they don't find anything, people will say, okay, well, I need to come to you, because a lot of people don't want to get in the neighbor's business, right? You don't want to like directly accuse your neighbor or anything like that. So I 100% get that. But remember, he talked on the 2nd. I'm going to pull up something just in 1 second, though.
don't shit where you eat type situation. I could be wrong, but
Well, most people don't, Daphne, but Daniel, Janie, they definitely shit where they eat.
I mean, if this happened, it's good that he came out. Maybe he spoke to Justin Smith and it rang a bell and he decided to tell
Not a chance.
them
Not a chance.
what he heard that night, okay? So just my
Lenny, thank you so much, my dear. Guys, I'm sorry I did not see these. I apologize, my loves. Lenny, thank you so much. Mamacita, welcome to the Pearl family. May I say, pearls look amazing on you, darling. Thank you so much, Lenny. Welcome to the Pearl family. And there's my Joanne's about ready to enjoy summer for Joanne. Joanne, give the summer back. I don't want the winter. You can have the winter. I want the summer. Give it back. Love you, darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your super sticker. Very, very kind of you, my dear. Good to see you. In my opinion, I feel sorry for the neighbors of Daniel and Janie. Hell yeah. The thing about it is they were not at all. You know how like Janie and them were talking shit about the neighbors? They were like, Janie's a nice person. You know, she doesn't bother anybody. We don't really know anybody else. RCMP is waiting for one of them to crack. Well, Daniel says RCMP is waiting for Malaya to crack and that the evidence is mounting. Daniel, that's bullshit. you know that's bullshit. You haven't mounted anything since 1976, so shut up.
Speculation, just speculating. But this is the area, guys. Raw footage area of what it looks like, what road Daniel would have traveled, and what he would have seen driving his vehicle. Okay, guys, so this is Tent's channel, aka Jim Walker. He was there. This is raw.
I must have missed this today. I must have missed that today. What size Janie's jersey do you want? Those broad shoulders? She's strapping. She's a strapping lady, I'm telling you. What if phone records show that Malaya was planning on leaving Daniel that week and anyway? I personally don't think it'll change anything. I think it would. I don't know. I think it would just. They would think Daniel snapped, probably. But they both got to know. They both got to know. When did Janie call her mom? She called her that morning at 8 something, but she also spoke to her a couple times Thursday in the afternoon. And I know she spoke to her mom whenever she was to get her license as well. Thank you, lady. Yeah, they both have to know. They both have to know. I don't necessarily believe Janie did anything, but I do think she has to know more. Please don't call her Junkyard Janie. CA Broken. This is probably not the stream for you then. Okay. It's Junkyard Janie, Junkyard Janeth. That's what it is, Janeth. Thank you, Mini Panthers. I live in the woods when living is a secluded area in the less desirable to start any issues with neighbors. Yes. Long response. I think country people it's not like suburban or especially urban areas, right? That's right, Carolina King. I agree. So we would, when I was growing up, the neighbors down, the road, we just didn't get in their business. They didn't get in ours. Wendy, I don't blame him. I mean, listen, I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not wanting the attention, number one. I don't blame him. They just want to be left alone and all of this. So I agree. Minnie. Thank you, Leslie. Good to see you, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Welcome. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you for being a member of the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you. And we got Lady for Justice coming into our table there. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you, Miss Lady. Love you so much, darling. Appreciate you. Yeah, Roxy. AB still around. I grew up all my life in the country, but we were all friends with all the neighbors, but the world is so different now. Yeah. I've done some research on the neighbors. Yes, one has a little bit of a history, but again, because you have a history doesn't mean you snatch up kids in the middle of the night or in the morning, right?
footage as well from his drone. So basically, if you're going from Laird Road,
Hold on.
and you're going down, you would hit the Lansdowne Lake, which is right here. Okay, so this
Also, in these documents, they say that one of the lakes was not searched. And the reason they say it was not searched was because their reasoning, that they do not believe that Jack and Lilly could get to that lake. And to me, that's very interesting that they say that, because that tells me that they don't believe that they went that far. That it's not possible for those two to have gone that far, in my opinion. Gotcha. Wendy, listen, I know you're in here. We support you guys, and if there's anything that me or any of the channels that can help you guys, please let us know. Honestly, anything, there's my number, my email right there on the screen. Anything that is said, and people can tell you in this chat, I respect my sources. I don't share them with nobody, not even my mods. So if you just need to talk or anything, we support you 100%, you and your son and your family. I'm sorry that there is people that can't, Jack and Lily's mother and stepfather can't take their own accountability for their own shit that they have caused. It's very frustrating, and I can only imagine how you guys feel. So, my heart is with you guys as well. We want this to be over as soon as possible, like everyone else. That is true, Faye. That is true. That's absolutely true. We can all go camping yeah, right. We all want is for these babies to be brought home. Yeah, we want them found and justice served to. It's disgusting to me that Daniel will place blame on. First of all, when someone goes missing in your home, right? 95% of the time, off the bat, it's someone in the home. It's someone in the home. And then it's someone that knows you outside of the home, right? Affiliated with you. Some stranger doing this in Canada, much less Nova Scotia, much less Pictou County, Lansdowne Station, is almost zero. There's nobody around there that does that. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's beyond. It's beyond. Think you many U.S. Country folk tend to handle our own business, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Daniel wants to place, he just wants the eyes off of him. And that's not going to happen. He's just lying. Yeah, make sure your chat is always on all chat. If it's not on all chat, if it's on top chat, YouTube will filter out some of the messages. That way you always want to put it on all chat. Well, Malaya knows. Malaya knows. You could not have been on that property that night and not have known. And I really believe the RCMP has given us a lot lately. It may not seem like it, but I do believe that they have. When you think about them and saying, and Daniel saying as well, Thursday, you've been very, you haven't told us about Thursday. Daniel saying what the dog, the cadaver dogs from the RCMP was saying. He's being very vague on Thursday. We think something happened Thursday night. And then think about this. Put 2 and 2 together, guys. Don't listen to creators and all of this stuff. Use your head for a moment. You hear Daniel say from the RCMP, who was just there, you're not telling us about Thursday night. We believe something happened Thursday night, Daniel. And then you have these new unredacted documents with neighbors saying, we heard something Thursday night into Friday morning, right? Thursday night and Friday morning. Something happened Thursday night. They were probably moved after midnight. They're telling us. They're telling us something. They believe something happened Thursday night into Friday morning, right? These new unredacted. And now we're getting, we know where the neighbors, the approximate times that they heard all of this. Daniel's got an old car that he bought from his brother that had a muffler problem and was also a standard or a stick or whatever you call them, a 5-speed. One of them says they know it was Daniel. This is uncomfortable for the neighbors. But sometimes you have to do things that are uncomfortable because they're the right thing to do. Because they're the right thing to do. And I don't believe, oh yeah, he was just lying through his ass a minute ago. He wants to distract us. I think we should just, prove he's wrong. Call him the liar most of the time he is. And move on. Quoted questioning the heat signatures from the Black Swans. He misquoted a lot. Jesus. All right. Janie, you should be ashamed of yourself because Justin Smith said he was on good terms with the McKenzie family and helped out Janie in the past. He did not know Malaya, Daniel, Jack, or Lilly specifically. So, Daniel, why were you saying that they wanted to take the heat off of them if he said he didn't even know you? And how would you know? How would you know that? Magdalena, good to see you, Mama. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. People question Brad Wong here in the vehicle that he lives too far. I just heard on another show that Brad Wong was staying in the cabins at the time. Question mark, is that true? And are the cabins closer than his home? We're trying to find some things out. We're going to get into some more stuff on here. But listen, you can hear things very far, especially in the middle of the night. Middle of the night, everything quiet. That's quiet there anyways, right? He was supposedly working in his garage. They also said it was Angelique. Yeah, well, okay, let's get into this. There's just no need. Hey, Marla, good to see you, darling. Roxy, it's I just don't know. I don't know. I think he's just not the same. Janie claims she could hear everything. Yeah. All right, let me find this right here. Let's see if I can pull it up. Do you know the meth man? I was muted. Sorry, I was muted. Shit. Sorry. I was saying baby kisses. Do you know the meth man? The meth man? The meth man. Do you know the meth man who lives on Gerlach Road? The meth man. Nobody does, Ginger. No. Okay. I'm getting sidetracked. All right. Justin Smith said he was on good terms with McKenzie family and helped Janie out in the past. He did not know Malaya, the meth man, Jack, or Lilly specifically. On Thursday night into Friday morning, remember, authorities said, Daniel, we believe something happened Thursday night. But anyway, Justin says he was up until around 1 a.m. on Facebook. Around 1:30 a.m., he heard a car on Highway 289 turned around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gerlach Road and Lansdowne Station Road. It made noise, then went quiet. The vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove toward Larig Road. I need someone to go out there in the middle of the night and do a something for me. Thank you, Mama Joyous. Really do appreciate you, Mamacitas. Thank you, lovies. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Joyous. I don't think folks understand if they haven't lived in a forested rural area what you can hear. Honestly, we could hear for over a mile. Joyous, that's exactly right. Like I said, I grew up in the country, and especially, and this is true as well. The weather and temperature even can make things sound closer away as well. I live 3, 4, 5 miles from an interstate. There's an interstate that came through. You could hear those trucks on the interstate some mornings like they were on the next road over. You can hear far, very far. And that's what I was saying. Like, I would love for someone that had like a 5-speed to do like a test. How far noise travels in a forest. Yeah. Justin, it's a scary drive at night. They are watching and recording cars that drive by 100%. Oh, I know they are. I know they are. Oh, God, I just need to go to Nova Scotia. See my people. See my peeps. It echoes. It absolutely echoes. And it seemed like to me, like growing up, it's been decades, but I would always notice it, especially like, well, I guess because I was up, but like first thing in the morning, especially if there was like a light dew or something in the air, like you could hear it more. There's a 5-speed around here that's always 4 kilometers away, and I can certainly hear it. Yeah. Yeah. I lived in the hills of West Virginia. Same, Sarah. Same. And you can hear it. He said he could hear it, kind of like the entire time. Let's go, Justin. You driving though? I really want to go. I'll drive when we get to the ferry. I'm the only ferry you're riding with. Thank you very much, Daphne. I'm the only ferry you're riding with. Understand that. Oh, God. Neighbors can tell. You know your neighbors' cars. You know your neighbors' cars. Yeah. Probably hear them hammering the fence. That is a very good thought, Sandy. I've not heard anyone. I've never heard anyone say that. They should have heard the meth man and Junkyard Janeth hammering the fence that night. Right? The neighbors could certainly hear that. Yep, you would. My brother is a roofer. Yeah. Don't you think, Sarah? Definitely. There's a ferry in Maine. There's a ferry in all 50. Yeah, you should have heard that. Yeah, because they had like the picket fence, and you got to have the, like the V shape that goes down. And now, wait a second. I think they were doing them with post hole diggers, but you still have to use a hammer regardless at some point. They rake the fence. Listen, if I come to Nova Scotia, I'm doing a live stream, or at least a video if I don't got service, at the Dollarama. We're going to the Dollarama, and I'm wearing my Janie wig. Nova Scotia will be like, we never seen anything like you before. Is that boy that wears all that makeup? I am fucking muted. How did I get muted? Oh, I know why I know why I was muted. Thank you, Poodle. Sorry, I was muted. Thank you, lovies. Bye-bye. Sorry, I was muted. Hold on. Operators are standing by. 1 second. I got all kinds of calls coming in. Let's see here. Can you read lips? Can anyone read lips? Who's saying give grace? Muted. We can't hear you. Someone bitching that I was muted. If you can't read lips, then if you were bitching, I can show you 2 lips you can read. Okay. Can you hear now? Is this thing on? No, my mic came unplugged, and when it comes unplugged and you plug it back in, it mutes. You got to unmute. I forget about that. So, yes. My musty hutch. I got it, Wolfie. Sorry, Sarah beat you to it. Okay. So, before I was muted myself. I'm deaf and can read lips. I have to see your face. Gotcha. I don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. What was I going to say? 1 second. All right, let's go to this. Tint did an amazing video in the area of where Jack and Lilly went missing before, okay? And AB, again, AB's link is provided in the description as well. I'm still waiting for the Janie commercial. She can advertise Dollarama. I've got to do my Janie commercial. Welcome to the Dollarama. This is Janie. How can I help you? Yeah, I work here for, so my dog can have a better life. That's why I work here at the Dollarama. I'm going on smoke break. Janie, you've been on shift 8 hours and you've been smoking for 7 hours and 45 minutes. That's my smoke break. That's your shift, ma'am. That's your shift. Listen, I work so my hellish dog can have a better life. All right? I am not going to have the news bribe me anymore with dog treats. Okay? Did y'all see? I showed Janie's husband today, by the way. Did y'all see Janie's husband? It kind of looks like her. Respectfully. Kind of looks like her. Except without the blonde. Yes. I don't let Daniel have. He does not drive the ATV. I will let my less fucked up son, Justin, drive the ATV. But I will not let Daniel. I will not see this ATV ever again if I do. I'll take it straight to the pawn shop. His Uncle Ron will have to come and get my ass, and we'll have to go to the pawn shop and get it. Thank you so much, Carolina. That's where you got me on the dollar, the commercial. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. Butterflies, thank you. I'm wondering if the dog barked during the car. Good question. Listen, if Janie or if the neighbors could have heard the car, obviously Janie could have. Right? Picture working in a diner. Can I help you? Hello, Edith. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Justin, did you see the clip I made? Send to your cell phone. It's Janie. Where'd you send it? One second, I got a message. Yeah, that pond does need to be searched. But I really think that all the ponds need to be searched again. And I think it needs to be done by someone that does that. That's all that they do. And I say that very respectfully to the RCMP. Okay, here we go. Watch this.
Very interesting information.
All right.
The CBC dropped a video talking about the two neighbors in their description, and something triggered me in my memory because, of course, we've come up with this map way down here where Jack and Lilly Sullivan were last seen. And you scroll out and it has, I incorporated all of the abandoned mine shafts from a separate map. And I've went through and placed all kinds of different little things, mostly inland.
So I usually don't talk about, hold on. I usually don't, I just text you back, Tef. You know, land mines and all, or not land mines, land shafts, mine shafts. But in Nova Scotia, they just found someone, an adult, in a mine shaft recently after 20 some years. I did a whole live, well, not a whole live on it, but I did a lot of the live on that before. And it was, the person was missing for like 20 some years. They still don't know who did it or whatever. But this area was once a booming area for mining. What were they mining? Was it, hold on. What did they mine in Pictou County? One second. Is it coal or was it? It wasn't coal, I don't think. One second. Gold, wasn't it, or something? It was like, I think they called it. Hell, I don't know. Let me check. Let me find it. It was gold, wasn't it? No, I think it was gold. Because I was reading something in the history. It was like the gold rush or something. It wasn't, it's like the gold rush of Canada, though, not California.
Lakes earlier in the case, months ago. But we'll zoom back in, and the reports are that two different neighbors. Here's the railroad tracks right here, of course. The pipeline. Earl's house is down in here. Pretty sure that's Earl's house from what I gathered. But nonetheless, there's Garlock Road, Lansdowne Station Road, Lansdowne Station.
Okay.
You zoom out a little bit, and the neighbor heard it.
So there was, it was coal. It was the so-called Pictou coal fields. Covers roughly, there is 15 major coal seams which have been mined historically. The province of Nova Scotia has identified approximately 7,400 mine openings, shafts, slopes, that kind of things. There are specific references in Pictou County of abandoned shafts and workings. For example, old iron mines at Bridgeville, just northeast river, worked between 1823 and 1904, now overgrown, though dangerous shafts still exist. There's also abandoned copper mine area in Lansdowne, New Lairg, Pictou County. Here we go. Hold on one second. Look at this. Okay. This is interesting. One second. There's I'll go back and read this later, but I wanted to show y'all this. Lansdowne, New Lairg, however you pronounce it. In 2002, exploration at a historical copper mine in Pictou County led to the discovery of prospectors were not expecting evidence of a murder. Y'all seen this? Y'all seen this right here? Mini Panthers, it's been 21 months. Stupid YouTube genie will work so her dog can get hair plugs for pups. Just maybe she's and you need to gift her a blow up man. Perhaps. Wendy's, are they still open or filled? Did you see this? In 1899, reports of an industrial advocate newspaper said many claims have been staked around Lansdowne, New Lairg area. The discovery of copper deposits, gold and silver had been found in some type of testing. There were high base metal prices due to the, okay, let's talk about it. Let's go to the murder part. A third tunnel, 180 meters north of the other two, was driven 42 meters into the hill, and the shaft was dug from the top of the hill to connect the third tunnel. The shaft was vertical from the first 12 meters, but okay. In total, about 730 tons of ore were shipped by rail from New Lairg, working to a small shelter in Pictou before weak base metal prices. Okay, let's see here. Okay, after the discovery, the RCMP asked government geologists whether a big rock they found inside the mine had originated there. There was an unusual application of geologist expertise investigating a murder. I gotta go back and look at this. Look at these pictures. Damn. Look at this. A missing. Yeah, I remember that. Look at there. Damn. Very, very dangerous. You see this, Daff? Oh, I need to look at this. Look here. Here's Lansdowne. Shale and sandstone. Sandstone and... Okay. Look at this. That's very interesting. New Lairg, Bridgeville area, Pictou County. That's crazy. What do mine shafts make the perfect winter hibernation site for bats? For winter hibernation, bats require 100% relative humidity, areas that do not flood. And I'm going to read this because they're talking about murder there. All mines need water. What did Wendy say? It is. Yep, Daff. It is Al Kennedy. Did I miss? Who did I miss? What did Wendy say? I don't see Wendy. I'm looking for Wendy. Yeah, Lexi, he grew up there. Well, Tracy, I disagree with that. The reports of a vehicle doesn't even make sense. How does it not make sense of someone coming in and out of their yard at night? I mean, 2 neighbors heard it, and they reported it immediately. Okay, here we go.
Come back all the way up to where this new layer, excuse me, new Lairg is. Now this is New Lairg Road right here.
And they just found someone in the mines this summer in Pictou County after 20 years. Yeah, maybe it was 30 years. Yes, I know. I just read about it. I literally just read about it back in the summertime. They still don't know who unalived the person and put him in the mines in Pictou County. I don't even know what you mean by that, Tracy. You know that wouldn't have happened. They would not have went up and down the road numerous times knowing the area that they live in, and it would have been unnecessary. People go back multiple times for different reasons. Absolutely. %1,000%.
And it turned right here. So I'm saying, okay, well, if you heard it turn at this point, where is there to go up here? And of course, there's 4 abandoned mine shafts just in off the road here. I would say 10 meters in off the road. One would be this one out in the middle here, probably be about 70. And wouldn't you know, you could take that all the way back down by Earl Martell's if you wanted to, because it looks like a power line or something there. Maybe that's the pipeline. But it's not too far from the pipeline. So if we go back, you could get to the pipeline from there. So between the pipeline and this New Lairg Road up here, there's 4 abandoned mine shafts. I'll leave this link in the description and you can go and explore it. But we'll go and take a look at it now. This is where it says it turned off, up here on New Lairg Road. And this is Garlock Road right here. And this is where Jack and Lilly live. Whoops, let me switch back. See right here?
Car turned around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road. He said it made a noise, then the vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove off towards Lairg Road. Smith told police he later spoke with Wong.
So now we'll listen to this in its entirety. I just wanted you to make mention of why we were watching.
One of them did report it immediately, Tracy. One of them did report it immediately. Immediately. You can take the pipeline all the way back. Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. What doesn't make sense is that there is a man who has repeatedly lied on a 4 and a 6-year-old. That's what doesn't make sense to me. Why would this caring stepfather lie when 2 kids are missing? That's what I want to know. And there's only one reason why someone lies multiple times whenever someone they claim to love is missing. That's it.
time we're hearing detailed accounts from neighbors.
They're a hell of a lot more credible than Daniel. Hell of a lot credible than Daniel. Hell of a lot more credible than Daniel. It wouldn't hurt to check them out to make sure they need. Oh, absolutely. Well, one of the lakes they did not check out, and it says it on the record, on the record request. It says because they don't believe Jack or Lilly could have gotten to that, which tells me that they don't believe Jack or Lilly got far, even if they did get out on their own.
Neighbors were awake in the quiet hours before 4-year-old Jack and 6-year-old Lilly Sullivan disappeared from their home in Pictou County. The children were reported missing from their home at 10:01 on the morning of Friday, May 2nd. According to court documents, neighbor Brad Wong told police he heard a loud vehicle coming and going 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early hours of the morning. Wong said his house is at an elevated position from the children's home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne, and he could see vehicle lights over the treetops. He said the vehicle would drive off in the distance, and he could hear it stop and then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. Another neighbor, Justin Smith, told RCMP that at 1:30 a.m., he heard a car turn around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road. He said it made a noise, then the vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove off towards Lairg Road. Smith told police he later spoke with Wong, who informed him the vehicle was the children's stepfather, Daniel Martel. The court records also detail Martel's account of the evening. He told police he went to bed fairly early and didn't wake up until light the next morning. The document said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, told police she went to bed around 9 p.m. She said Martel stayed up and she doesn't know what he did. Brooks Murray has not responded to our request for comment. In several interviews, though, Martel has told CBC he had nothing to do with the children's. He left.
I know Malaya didn't do anything. I mean, after the
Is that the polygraph was just part of a bigger picture and trying to determine whether or not you were telling the truth. It was an opportunity to observe you
I agree, Wolfie.
under interview and observe how you reacted to certain questions. They weren't going to hold you. You were free to go. It's not a determining factor in all of this there. Wish a lot. Sir wishes a lot.
I love AB.
Wow.
Okay.
Daniel over in Mike Demand's chat mentioned that, oh, it's because my neighbors hate the family, hate us. Well, I don't think so. They've got no reason to lie in this circumstance, and they were on this since the get-go, Daniel. It would seem to me that the RCMP have been all along building a case against you in this circumstance while you're out here trying to appear to be.
Hold on, we're going to come back to this in 1 second. Look right here. See if I can find that. In the documents, it says, on May 9, 2025, URT went to Lansdowne Lake. They used sonar to check the lake and nothing was located. They checked all the areas they believed were accessible to small children. And then at another time, they say that one of the lakes was not checked. It might have been in the new Lansdowne Road, Gairloch Road, and Lansdowne Lake, approximately 0.5 kilometers north of the residence. Okay, the search included a low-altitude hover over Lansdowne Lake, performing a 360-degree scan of the lake and the water's edges. The results in the lake were negative. Let me see here. They check. I'm trying to find it where they say they didn't check the one lake. Let's see here. It must be in the new documents. 3 ponds were checked. The area of the campground and park near Jack and Lily's house. The boats were placed in all 3 ponds, and they used sonar to confirm that there was nothing in the lake. There was a pond that was, okay, this is it. There was a pond that was a pond, not easily accessible, that they could not put the boat in. It was not searched. Right there. It was not searched. So they talk about whatever that one was. Well, they should have got people on foot. Yeah, but that was not searched. But they talk about a lot where the kids could have made it, right? Carry a raft. Well, regardless, everything needs to be. And some for minds not accessible. Yeah.
Be innocent. And by the way, that wasn't a direct denial of not bringing harm to Jack and Lily. I did not is a lot different than
Hit the thumbs up, y'all.
I know.
Hey, Zach.
How did you put it? I forget now. I'm getting tired.
I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known I didn't do anything.
They did not have.
Yeah, didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. I did not is didn't do anything is much different than I did not, which would be ideal in the
They
circumstance.
saw in her Daniel's car. Good, Zach. Good. Listen, Daniel is trying to throw at anything at the wall to see if it sticks. Remember, he's already said multiple times that evidence is mounting against Malaya. Now, and then last week it was Malaya's sister. This week it's the neighbors. Whatever will stick, as long as it gets the eye off of him. RCMP, out of everyone that they've interviewed, they interviewed him the most, the hardest. He's spoken more than anybody else, and therefore he's easily been proven a liar over and over again about things that he said. If the mother truly knows nothing, why isn't she begging for help to find the children? Because she knows more. She knows more, that's why. You're not no fighting, so unless we see you, honey. One thing that I don't fault Daniel for is his language. I do think people nitpick for his word choices. It's not his word choices, for me. It's not necessarily his word choices. It is his accounts of one day saying one thing and then the next day saying it did or didn't happen the absolute opposite. He totally discredits himself. He totally discredits himself. People don't lie when they're trying to find their children.
I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property.
Well, but you see, again, just like Malaya said, which I agree with her on, Daniel lies to the public. She says Daniel says things to the public and he has never said that to the RCMP. He just said here to the public that he says, I know Malaya didn't do anything. That's not what you said for weeks. Weeks.
I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there.
That is
We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids.
RCMP says the case is still being investigated under the Missing Persons Act and is not a criminal case.
All right, look
But
at
it's
this
just
right
the
here.
first place. It's not saying to look
Watch
at these
this.
mine shafts. Not there's much to see, but it's just the first place. It's not saying that's where he ended up or that's where anything is by any means. But it just dawned how, you know, it seemed like too good of a scenario not to bring up, considering they found a person stuffed in there not long ago.
Sure did.
I'm pretty sure that it would have been one of these four. Do you think Daniel had the Piscenaries to go out there and plant them in one of these? There you can see a little bit of a mine right there, some rock structure. It's interesting that Daniel said anytime.
Well, Mohawk, I mean, not only that, he said he searched 20 or 30 acres, quoted, and then he argues with you and says, I was not on the four-wheeler. I didn't ride any four-wheeler. And then he says, I rode the front of the four-wheeler with my brother and my mother.
You guys go and search, make sure you contact him first. Well, we'll get right on
I agree,
that.
Shannon.
New Lairg Road. So the neighbor's house. This is the neighbor that sees things at an elevated position.
Right, exactly, Passion
I would
Flower.
imagine, because he's on a bit of a hill, an incline right there. Let's see. Would have seen all of the headlights on the bush, through the bush, illuminating things.
That's what mathematics does.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Daniel, you need to come clean about the circumstances and what happened to Jack and Lily. We need to find these two children. Are they up in the mine shafts on New Lairg Road? What did you do? What did you do that you needed to go and dispose of these two poor children? Was it the fact that you couldn't handle Malaya getting your new vehicle and it was slow torture and you just blew a fuse and snapped? And because Malaya was always around Meadow, you couldn't actually take your anger out on Malaya when you wanted to because there was a human shield in the way, and you turned to what you feel that the real problem around the house was, the distraction in Malaya's children.
Okay. All right, 1 second here. So let's go to the Google Earth. Right here. Take this down. Alrighty. Let's see here. All right, here is this area. And there is a little bit of a bend. Their house. And there's also areas. Remember, there's a road right here. There's areas and other campers and stuff right there as well. He said it was gone toward this way, but all of this area, right, toward these mines and all this, you can easily go out right here where Uncle lives, Daddy lives, all of that. Looky here. Can we go on this road right here? Nope, it doesn't have it right there. Right? 1 second, let me show you this. 38 Lansdowne Station Road. 1 second. 38. One second, yeah. Give me 2 seconds. This is oh, thank you, Daphne. I forgot this. Sorry, I forgot that, Daphne. Here, let me see if I can play it. If it'll let me play it. Oh my God, Daphne, you're. Oh my God, hold on, guys. This is so funny. We interrupt this for a laugh. Give me a second. Sorry. Here we go. Guys, look at this. 1 second. I wonder if the railway was involved. I don't know. Hold on, why is it not working? What? Hold on. Two seconds. Damn.
This nicotine patch.
There we go.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Hold on, I gotta play that again. Oh fuck, I'm dizzy now.
This nicotine patch for an hour, and I'd still sell you in for a smoke. Come on back to my place. I want you to look at a urine sample. I think it looks cloudy. It's been so long since someone touched me.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Why did you have to do that to me, Daphne? Why did you have to do that to me? Oh shit. Sorry. Oh my God. That's what I meant was the words he says. It's all us. Oh yeah, it is. I needed that laugh so bad. Me too, loose cannon. Oh my God, that's so funny. I think Dan tells so many stories. It's his way of not being taken seriously. He's jumping away from blame. Yeah, he'll do anything just to not people not to look at him. All right. We need to look at these areas. We need to just freaking all of us go there and just tear it all up until we find Jack and Lilly. All of it. Jenny Lake. Instead of Ricky Lake, it's Jenny Lake. Jenny from Forrest Gump. But Ricky Lake, but it's Jenny Lake. Get it? I think Daniel hates Cody. Oh, I think he was so jealous of Cody. Sent a missing. Okay, Linda. Thank you, baby. That's funny. Okay, one second. Let me see if we got it here. Autistic teen just went missing. Please help find him. 17-year-old Owen Bowling. Oh, this is close to me, I think. Give me 1 second. I need to show you all someone that's missing, guys, if you're in Virginia. One second. Oh, this is pretty close to me. Very close, actually. Guys, if y'all, if you're in Virginia, this is 17-year-old Owen Bowling is missing right now. He was last seen today around 1:30 to 2 p.m. at his home off River Road in Dinwiddie County, Virginia, and has not been seen since. Owen is autistic and has also other health concerns. That means every single minute matters. He may be confused, scared, or unable to communicate clearly. His family is heartbroken and desperate to find him. He's a kind country boy who loves country music, fishing, and bull riding. He just celebrated his 17th birthday last week. If you're anywhere near Dinwiddie County, please look around your property. Check your cameras, your porches, your barns, your sheds, your roadsides, anywhere someone could be trying to find shelter or wondering. This is someone's son, someone's brother, someone's whole world. Please help bring Owen home safe tonight. Please share the post. I'm going to drop this in chat if y'all will share that as well. Yeah. Justin, did you see that dentist found? What do you mean? Oh, why it's not? Okay. Did it populate in the chat? Did that link work in the chat, guys? Let me know if it worked in the chat. Daniel realized that they will never see Meadow or the other kids. Okay, you see it. Thanks. Okay, here we go. This was taken 4 months, May 25th. Okay, so this is the area, what it's looked like when Jack and Lilly. And just look at this right here. This is like right. Hold on. This is the map of where the drone went, right? Right through here. And you can see a lot of area. Okay. And you see, this is the end of May. And the leaves are just now coming out. When looking for kids, look under, look everywhere. There's a lot of Canadians here, Zach. They'll answer it. Yeah. See, this is the very beautiful area, right? This is just a regular drone, right? And you can see pretty clearly down there, right? Look, I mean, you could see pretty easily if someone was down there in just a regular drone, just like this. Imagine what, you know, RCMP and them have. Does anyone think, I mean, look at all these trees just knocked over. When that hurricane came through, that had to have been a hell of a hurricane. Had to have been a hell of a hurricane. It would have been slippery, and yet searchers would know to look for a little, I think I mean boot prints, skid mark. Kids with boots are very clumsy. Yeah. Pictou is full of wooded areas, and after a storm for a couple years back, there are so many fallen trees. I mean, look at this. I mean, Lilly was wearing a supposedly all pink as well. Can you imagine, like, just pink would stand out like a sore thumb. Just an absolute sore thumb. And you just, I mean, just look at this. That's what I'm saying. Look at these trees. It's like this everywhere right there. Look at all those trees. They may look like little toothpicks here, but those are freaking trees. Right? They couldn't get over that right there. Right? January and February are worse here in Ontario. Starts falling off by April, where I am. It has snowed once this fall so far in Canada. Oh my God. Shannon, you can come spend time with me, darling. I live 10 minutes from a ski resort. I need to go live about The other little boy missing in Canada right now. It's breaking my heart. Nobody's talking about him. Look at the trees down. Just look at the fucking trees down there. That's incredible. It looks almost like I don't know. Hold on. Those kids did not walk this. You can never convince me. You will never be able to convince me. Yeah, Owen. Now look at here. Look at here. Let's back up just a little bit. Watch this. You see how this is more elevated over here? It's a lot more elevated. Now this is the main. Janie says she searched all of this area. Now this is the road that goes back. Here is Janeth's area. I mean, where the hell would they have went? Not a chance. Look at there. This is where Janie says she met Daniel back here by the pipeline. I find it odd that they leave the fallen trees, because here in Hurricane USA, people cut up all the fallen trees with chainsaws. Well, I mean, just in the woods, they don't really care. Yeah, the old road back here. Now watch this trail. I wish she'd have went back the other way. Not a chance. Let me see if it's up here. All right, here's the trail. There was a tree in the road back here. See, watch. That goes off. Damn. Right here, it goes off to where kind of like the shoe prints were found this way, right? And this is the road to this is the train tracks. This is the road to Daniel's dad's and his uncle's house. No way. Hold on. All right, here is the Mathtail residence. All right. See the vehicles? These are one of these are Janie's, right? This one's junked. Look at here. Hold on. See that you can see tire tracks right through there even. It's wet there. They're not bar. I think it. Hold on, where's this at? Look at this trail. We need to know what happened Thursday night. That's what we need. It was definitely muddy on. Yes. As a bushy kid and raised my kids as bush kids, these kids absolutely didn't roam off and vanish. I will never become convinced. No, not a chance. Even Janie doesn't believe them. Yeah, there's like a lot of natural ponds and stuff like that. Yeah, well, Brandy, Malaya said the kids were hyper that night. I think it was just kind of a perfect storm, if you will. Was Jack's backpack accounted for? Yeah. But see, they said the backpack that Lily took, it was just her backpack that she played with. She slept by it every night. It wasn't on the property B in Florida, no. Lily, you would have heard her screaming in 2 seconds. Just not the way. Not the way it works. What did Diesel say? I've not heard that, Diesel. I knew they did that at Sebastian's and Cliffs and stuff, but I don't know, guys. Holy shit, it's 12:30. I didn't realize it was that late. They put drones in the mines. I never heard that until now. I haven't heard that either. I'll have to check that out. Let me see this. 1 second, y'all. I want to check something. Do you know if they had caught this yet? Found this interesting. Daniel messed up in the interview. First talks about how the kids were asleep before 9 p.m. Then he says Malaya told Ellie it wasn't until after 9 before they went to sleep. Then when he says, when asked, that he came in around 12 that night, but before he went to bed, he flipped on the kids' bedroom lights and they were sound asleep and under the covers. Well, as a mother myself at the time of night and kids are quiet, I wouldn't go to their bedroom and flip the lights on. Wouldn't want to wake them up. And second, it makes no sense if you know for sure that kids were asleep to even do that. Just my opinion. I think this was time whatever happened to Lilly and Jack took place after hearing this. That's why the neighbors heard his car around 1:30 that morning. Here's the link. It starts at 11:57 shortly. Why ask about the time of coming in that night? 11:57. Hold on, let me put DT's link in the description here 1 second. Link is provided in the description. Here we go.
Is there a vehicle that has visited you? Maybe not that night, but in other nights, maybe they're confused about the night that they heard this. Have you ever had a late night visitor with a loud vehicle?
No, I don't know anybody with the 5-speed other than my brother. And my brother has a wife and a family, so he's not driving out there in the middle of the night.
And is it like a vehicle that's loud?
No, it's a brand new Subaru.
Oh, okay. And so,
and it's not.
Oh, that's interesting. I knew his brother had a Subaru before, and it was a 5-speed.
No, it's a brand new Subaru.
Oh. But he must have got another brand new Subaru 5-speed.
Okay. And so,
and it's not customized or anything either, so there's no loud exhaust.
So, yep, I guess his brother has another brand new Subaru. And he says it's not customized anything, so no loud exhaust. Well, his old Subaru, Daniel, his blue Subaru that has your name all over it, has a 5-speed, and the exhaust is fucked. Hold on 1 second. Someone sent me something. Oh, yeah, Sassy. Yeah, I know, honey. Yeah, there's a lot of...
Or anything like that.
Just like a normal vehicle. And,
yeah.
And
I don't think so anymore, Rickson. I thought so.
The area.
I don't think so anymore.
If somebody were to come to your house, would they have cell service in your home if you had friends over?
What's that? Would they have service?
Let me check the time.
Yeah. If you invited me over to your home and I went over, would I have cell service at your house?
No. If you put your phone in the window, you might have one bar.
Do people what do you use so that people do have service?
Wi-Fi. We have Starlink.
And
Daniel said Malaya was on Wi-Fi. Malaya said she wasn't on Wi-Fi. Hold on. They gave me a timestamp. 11.
They had what they call a PE day, which is, kind of like an in-service.
Mm-hmm.
And so no children attended the school that day. And then on Thursday, Lily had a cough. And I
She
really
had a
didn't know if
bruise.
Malaya was going to keep
She didn't
them
have a
home
cough.
for
She had a
Friday,
bruise.
but
Get it right.
kind of turns out that she did. And when I woke up that morning, like I wasn't expecting the kids to be home. I seen Lily poke her head into the room a couple times that morning.
Yeah.
And she didn't have a cough. She wasn't sick. Not like the day.
She didn't have a cough. She wasn't sick. But she just poked her head in the room. She didn't speak to you. That's what it says in the RCMP docs. But now you say she said, "Hi, Daddy."
Before. So, you
don't know if she was sick or not. You didn't check on her, dum-dum.
I wouldn't really have kept them home because they were kept home a lot because they were sick a lot during the school year.
They were bruised a lot during the school year.
Brought home COVID and stuff like that. Well, but other children.
It sounds like she was pretty bad the day before she went missing on Thursday.
Yeah, she did have a cough, but I was never expecting Malaya to keep them home for both days.
Well, y'all drove around and went to stores and all that shit. She wasn't that sick. If a kid doesn't have a fever, they're not throwing up, they don't have diarrhea, they can pretty much go to school. Have you heard of people trafficking in Beverly? They don't get a chance to talk because they're hidden. These kids weren't trafficked. They weren't trafficked.
And so that was Malaya's decision then to keep.
Yeah, of course. She woke up that morning on the morning of the disappearance and marked Jack and Lily both as absent.
When did she make that decision? When did she make that decision to say whether she was going to keep them home another morning? Because she would have had to make that decision the night before, wouldn't she have? Because she didn't go check on Jack or Lily that morning. You didn't go check on Jack or Lily that morning. Which means you had Malaya or Daniel, or both, had to have made the decision that Jack and Lily were not going to go to school that morning. Because your ass didn't get up and go straight to the bedroom and check on your kids, Malaya. Why? Why would you not do that, Malaya? Yet his phone was used to contact the school via the app. Isn't that interesting?
At 6:17 and 6:18 a.m.
Good deal. And so the last time that they're seen is on camera the day before. What happened the night after they're seen on camera? What was that night like?
The night they were seen on camera, they were seen on Thursday. They were seen at Dollarama, and then we went to Acropole. We got some food and then brought it home. When we got home, it was a little bit before 4:00, and I went outside and helped Mom work on the fence. Took me a little while to find all my tools and stuff, but
I'm at the wrong time.
After I got my drill and everything else, and I helped Mom work on the fence for quite a few hours until it was just coming on to dark. And then after it was dark, I came back inside. What I remember, the kids were sleeping, but when you're looking back in time, Daniel, it's hard to kind of remember everything. And
the fuck, it is not hard to remember the last moments you see your kids potentially alive forever, even if you had nothing to do with it. So Daniel right here says, Daniel, it's hard, to kind of remember everything. But he says he goes in at dark. Listen to this. Daniel goes in at dark. Let me back this up.
The kids were sleeping, but when you're looking back,
the fuck? No. This is why all of this shit is made up. Daniel says he gets in at dark. Well, what time is dark? What time is dark? 7? 7 in May? Very 1st of May. 8 max. Hold on. What time was sunset in Pictou County, Nova Scotia on May 1st, 2025? I'm going to bust you, Daniel, right here. You fucked up. 8:17. 8:17 p.m. Okay. $8.17. Now, there's a difference in sunset and what do they call it? Sunset is when the sun is completely down, right? It's dark, meaning it's dark at 8:17. All right. Now, Malaya did not put the kids in bed until 10 o'clock. Hold on. All right. Daniel said when he went to look at, okay, one second. Now, this is Daniel's own words in the document. Daniel said he thought he went to bed fairly early that night and didn't wake up until it was light out the next morning. He remembered getting an email that Malaya had marked the kids absent from school on his phone at around 6:18 a.m. on Friday. Hold on, that might have been Wednesday. Hold on one second. Let me see which day that was. Nope, that was Thursday night to Friday morning. Yep. One second. Malaya heard the kids playing in their bedroom that morning. They woke Meadow up, so she took her to bed and turned on the TV for her and then faded in and out of sleep. All right. All right, this is what Malaya said. In the evening, she was going to do some cleaning, but she was too tired. The kids were watching a TV show. She put Lily and Jack to bed first, then Meadow, then went to bed herself. Malaya said they were late getting to bed that night and went around 9 p.m. They usually go at 7 p.m. Lilly was wearing a pink sweater. All of that, okay? Daniel stayed up. He said he was going. Daniel stayed up. He said he was going to clean the house for her, but it wasn't clean when she got up, so she doesn't know what he did. Normally, he did little projects like that around the house at night. That makes me wonder what. Let's see here.
Back in time, throughout, got to help mom work on the fence. Took me a little while to find all my tools and stuff, but then, you know, after I got my drill and everything else, and I helped mom work on the fence for quite a few hours until it was just coming on to dark. And then after it was dark,
Just coming on to dark, and after it was dark.
I came back inside. What I remember, the kids were sleeping, but when you're looking back in time, Daniel, it's hard to, you know, kind of remember everything and get a feeling for how the night really was, because it just seemed like a normal night, right? When I came inside, I thought the kids were sleeping, and I could have swore they were sleeping, but
You could have swore. You're lying through your ass. Quite a few hours, yeah. Little projects tweaking. So it means Daniel had to be inside by 8:15. The kids weren't even. It's not the real Daniel. Don't give him any attention, even if it is the real Daniel. He wants attention. Don't give it to him. He's not going to tell the truth. Fuck him. We'll go without him. Okay. So Daniel went in at 8:15. The kids weren't in bed till 9 o'clock, 9 to 10 o'clock. Right. You know, that was the night before. Let's see here.
it says in the documents that she had them up till 9 or 10 at night. I don't remember them being up that late, so I'll tell you that.
Well, Daniel, you either saw the kids, talked to the kids, seen the kids if you were inside and they weren't asleep. So one of you or both of you are lying. That's just it. You came inside. I thought the kids were sleeping. Well, they fucking weren't. Or they were. You're the one that was supposedly stayed up longer. So, how about that?
Were you looking at your phone or your watch at what time it was every few
Yeah.
minutes?
I mean, I got a watch on my arm the whole time, and I never look at it, man. I'm always grabbing for my phone.
You know, it's not.
See what he says? Daniel asked Daniel, he said, was you looking at your watch or anything? Yeah. Just thinking he's going to, and he's like, oh, I got a watch, but I never watch it. You just said, yeah, dumbass. Yes. Yes, Mohawk. He was inside the house after dark. His words, his report. But he says, I don't remember the kids sleeping.
not uncommon unless you're like something specifically happens and you look at the time at that specific time. I know a lot of people are looking at certain times where I think they were asleep by 9:30 and then documents say 10 and like, oh my god, there's 30 minutes here that
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, if your kids are asleep or not. You have a 500 square foot trailer. You have 2 loud toddler kids. They're not toddlers, but they're littles. If they're asleep or not. It's not like you're not going to know a 4 and a 6-year-old in a little trailer like that isn't asleep. You're going to know where Malaya is. You're going to know where everyone is in that house at all times, in that little trailer.
It's a little bit of a wild expectation for people to expect to remember things, especially on, like you mentioned, on a night that was pretty.
No, that is absolutely wrong. I have a memory of a fucking goldfish on a good day. And I can tell you every single thing about the day my dad died, the day my mama died, the night before. Your mind thinks about it over and over and over because it is such a traumatic time in your life. You relive it. You relive it. Both my mama, and my dad died unexpectedly. Both of them. Right? And something being unexpected, it is also a bigger shock. Just like Jack and Lilly missing is even a bigger shock. Kind of like 9/11 or when JFK, something like that. Elvis died, whatever. You remember the big moments in your life. It is complete bullshit to say, oh, it wasn't really that ordinary. I would think that the last evening that you spent with your children or your stepchildren or your loved one, not knowing it was the last evening, that you're going to remember that. Right? That is absolutely hogwash. In statement analysis and profiling, they will teach you that. You're going to remember the traumatic events, especially not even realizing that it was, I didn't realize this was going to be the last night with them. So you go back and you're like, were they acting different? Right? Were they acting different? That's what a normal conversation would be. Right? Someone that is innocent, they'll be like, for like an adult or a young, a teenager or something like that, that they say that their loved ones run away. They teach us, they'll say, I go back to that moment and I try to say, was she stressed or was he stressed and they didn't let us know? Were they, did they run away? They're questioning themselves because they're going over and over again. So it's bullshit, Daniel. And I know you're watching. I don't give a fuck if you're in chat or not. That about that evening. You know that you found your fucking tools to complete your bullshit alibi to make you look good, but you can't remember if the Jack and Lilly, you know, the two that are missing, the one that had the black eye, was in bed or not. Can't remember that part though. Isn't that convenient? Yeah, you can remember sledging a hole in the ground with your mom putting up a fence, but you can't remember anything about the two kids. You're a piece of garbage. You are a piece of human garbage, in my opinion, allegedly. Which one would you remember? Putting post hole diggers in the yard and putting a hole in the ground and knowing at sunset you went inside the house, but you can't remember what happened inside of the house where, you know, your entire world lives in those four walls. He can remember what time he went inside around dark, remember getting his tools. He can remember allegedly waking up when the sun rises, but he can't remember what the four people in those walls, who is his entire world, did, said, or what time they slept. You and anybody that supports that. That's bullshit.
Pretty normal. But that night, what time did you go to bed?
I went to bed actually a lot later than Malaya did, I think. Like, Malaya was already asleep when I came into bed. I remember flicking on the light for the kids at 12 at night, or a little bit after 12, so a little bit after midnight, and both of the...
Oh, that's amazing. He remembers they're sleeping at midnight, a very convenient hour, wouldn't you think? 12:30, which is very interesting because the neighbors are on the couch or wherever they are on each side of them. And something is going down around that time. That's very oddly specific, wouldn't you think, Math Tell? Remember checking them out then, though, don't you? Yeah, why turn the lights on? Exactly. It's amazing that anybody believes this person, in my opinion.
Kids were fast asleep under the covers. So, but I never get a chance to see what clothing they were wearing because the blankets were up on them, right?
Did you see the backpack?
I don't remember the backpack, the strawberry backpack, but that was always in Lily's room, right?
Okay.
Like, that was always in Lily's room. Like, she never took it out of there, right? That was her backpack it wasn't a school backpack. I know a lot of people think that, but she actually had a pink LOL doll, like for midnight, and both on the light for the kids at 12 at night. I went to bed actually a lot later than Malaya did, I think. Like, Malaya was already asleep when I came into bed.
These are all lies, 100% lies. I want you to look at his blinking. Look at Daniel's blinking when he says this. First of all, he's not looking at the camera. He's not reading anything. He's not looking down at a computer or anything. He's not even looking at Daniel while he says this. But watch his blink rate. Watch his blink rate. It is going insane. Watch
People to
this.
expect to remember things, especially on, like you mentioned, on a night.
I went to bed actually a lot later than Malaya did, I think. Like, Malaya was already asleep when I came into bed. I remember flicking on the light for the kids at 12 at night, or a little bit after 12, so a little bit after midnight, and both of the kids were fast asleep under the covers. So, but I never get a chance to see what clothing they were wearing because the blankets were up on them, right?
Did you see the backpack?
I don't remember the backpack, the strawberry backpack, but that was always in Lily's room, right?
Okay.
Like
And
that was always in Lily's room. Like she never took it out of there, right? That was her backpack for. It wasn't a school backpack. I know a lot of people think that, but she actually had a pink LOL doll, like for school, and that was her. And the backpack she ended up taking was the one that we bought for.
She ended up taking
When she took to her grandmother's, right? Which would be Cindy Murray.
So when she goes on trips, this was the backpack for trips.
Yeah. She didn't take her school backpack. She took her one that she takes on trips.
Interesting.
Trips or overnight trips or to go to visit. She would use that backpack.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And
So 8 to 12 a.m. was the math, right? What do you mean? What do you mean be in Florida? No. I fully support the neighbors. They should not be. No, they're not even. RCMP isn't even interested in them, in my opinion. Oh yeah, things that don't matter. He can tell you in detail things that don't matter, right? About the backpack that she takes to Cindy's house, the woman he can't stand. The backpack stuff was just a lie. He lies about everything. Everything this man does. Everything. Night, Claudia. I believe the neighbors too. Absolutely.
so what's the layout of the house look like? So
The layout of the house is we have the bedroom at the very end.
Okay.
And then we have Lily and Jack's room and my other kid's bedroom and the bathroom and the kitchen and the living room.
Okay.
So
how many bedrooms is that?
3 bedroom.
When they arrest
Nancy. And I know some people have asked, like, Lily and Jack, they shared a bedroom. Was there a reason why one wasn't in?
Heard Jack in the kitchen in their bedroom. The documents that we heard them in the next room over, like in their bedroom. I didn't hear them in their bedroom.
Well, that's very interesting, Daniel, because Malaya says the kids were so loud that morning that they ended up waking Meadow. And she had to get Meadow out of the bed, or out of her bed, and she put Meadow in bed with you two. That's interesting. This is why we can shred their alibi from the time that they get home Thursday evening until the RCMP comes. You can shred the hell out of it because none of it happened. And they can't, all 3 of them, keep their story straight because it didn't happen. They didn't live through this.
I heard when Lily would pop in, I heard Jack in the kitchen.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I heard him rustle in. I heard Jack in their bedroom. I didn't hear them in their bedroom. I heard when Lily would pop in, I heard Jack in the kitchen.
Now tell me, what sense does it make for Lily to just pop in a bedroom hold on. On Friday morning, Malaya's alarm went off at 6 a.m. and another one went off at 6:15 a.m. which was when she used the school app to mark them sick out for the day. Malaya then went back to sleep. Daniel and Meadow were still sleeping, and there were no other noise in the house. Think about this. Malaya and Daniel. What's the chances out of all the time that Jack and Lily go missing is you had already marked them absent for school that day, right? Let's say Malaya was going to send them to school that day, and she actually got her ass up and half-ass got them ready, and she put them on the bus. No, they go missing out of all of the days that she marks them absent already, and they don't pay any fucking attention to them that morning, but they mark them absent. No, the Chief's mom, she didn't check on them at all. Where's that document? Malaya heard the kids playing in the bedroom. They woke Meadow up. So she took her into her bed, her and Daniel's bed, and turned the TV on for her. Then faded in and out of sleep. The kids were giggling, laughing, and talking to each other. They sound sick, don't they? The kids were in the room right next to the bedroom, their bedroom. So they were loud. That's what the documents say. Yes, there's a lock on the fridge. Sure is. The kids were laughing and giggling enough to wake Meadow up. Right? Okay. Malaya heard silence and told Daniel she didn't hear the kids. They got up together and checked the living room and outside. That's not the way it happens. Both of you don't get up together when you're checking on a kid. When they didn't hear any answer, she called 911 at 10 a.m. She had to turn off the Wi-Fi to get the bars of cell service and call from one spot of the house where there is, quote, good service. Daniel walked around yelling for them to see if he could get a reply, and eventually took the Nissan Pathfinder to go look for them in the woods. Janie was out looking for them. Malaya had the baby, so she could not look. Malaya said she did not think she changed the kids' clothes from the night before, and Lily's backpack was gone, so they assumed she had it with her. She described it as a corduroy cream colored backpack with strawberries on it. Lily and Jack's boots were gone. Lily was wearing a size 13 rainbow pink boot, and Jack was wearing a size 10 dinosaur boot. She also clarified their sleeping arrangements. Meadow, Daniel, and Malaya share a room. Lily and Jack also share a room, but they divided it into two because they would be up all hours of the night when it wasn't, quote, open concept. Yep, Malaya said she didn't do what he was doing. She didn't know what he was doing all night. That is correct. But if she didn't know what he was doing all night, she would be out there speaking up for her kids. Yeah, they divided that little small ass bedroom. Otherwise, they would be up all night, not sleeping. Makes me wonder, because Malaya said that night that Jack and Lily were very hyper.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
And-
I heard him rustling around in the kitchen, right? But then when me and Malay.
Oh, he heard them wrestling around in the kitchen. It's amazing. So amazing how in and out of consciousness that these two go in at times. He knows that Lily pops her head in a couple times. And he knows he's unconscious, or he's conscious at the time where he hears Lily and Jack playing out in the kitchen. But none of them are conscious whenever they're getting their boots on, getting their coats on or whatever, opening the door, out in the yard playing, because Janie says she hears them. Yeah, yes, ma'am, exactly. I think the last time the car was heard was about 5:30 that morning. And I think Daniel got back from doing whatever Daniel allegedly did. And then did whatever he did when he got back, take a shower, do something. And 6:15, she marked him absent with the phone. So he now claims he heard Jack that morning. Always says he heard Jack in the kitchen. He says moving a chair. He doesn't. I don't know if he says it here, moving a chair, but in other times he says he heard Jack. He says no. He doesn't say moving a chair. He says the chair wasn't moved. I apologize. Says Jack was in the kitchen, making noises. Not Lily, just Jack. And he said they go get snacks whenever they want at their free will. And he said one thing is missing out of the kitchen. Very interesting. And he says Jack's coat was missing, but conveniently that's been found, allegedly, now, as the same as the two shirts that Daniel said was missing that Malaya took. Those have been found since too. Show us the two shirts, Daniel. Show us the two shirts that you were wearing. Because you said if those shirts are with Jack or Lily, it's a setup. Malaya set you up. Idiot.
Made her way out to the kitchen. There was nothing moved. The chairs were still perfectly in place. There was no chairs pulled up against the counter for them to, they usually would jump up and take food if they wanted, because kids always do that, right? They would go into the fridge. They would go into the other pantry and grab food if they wanted. Like, they had unlimited food if they wanted to grab it. And, they would go into the fridge, take yogurt cups and eat them, or cereal or whatever. So, but nothing was moved, Daniel. Nothing was moved.
And now they're being loud-ish. You mean loud enough for you guys to hear them?
Yeah.
Your other daughter, Meadow, she was there though, right?
Yeah, she was actually laying beside me with Malaya.
Did you guys?
Hold on, what?
But nothing was moved, Daniel. Nothing was moved.
And now they're being loud-ish. You mean loud enough for you guys to hear them?
Yeah.
Your other daughter, Meadow, she was there though, right?
Yeah. They can hear them inside the house. They know what they know that they're making noise inside the house, right? But they don't realize that they're getting their boots and their clothes and everything on at the perfect time. Can't get into a locked fridge. That too. Guys, I did not even realize it was 1 o'clock. I've got to go to bed. I got to be up at 5 a.m. Holy shit on a shingle. I did not realize it was that late. I love you all, my beautiful pearls. Guys are amazing. I've been here 3.5 hours. I was up all night coughing. I'm sorry, Sarah. I hope you feel better, darling. Nothing was moved. Nobody asked. Exactly. Good night, Whispering, Wolfie, Lexi, Sticker, Thought Criminal, Glenna, Zach, Ruby, Shannon, Lexi, Rickson, Deborah, Linda, Chefs, Brandy, P Girl, Mama, Zach, Derice. Am I saying that right? Derice, Robini, Roxy, Carrie, Snow Angel, be in Florida, Part 2 tomorrow, Thought Criminal, Ash Cash, Joyce, Jennifer, Snow Feather, Sassy, Robin, Roswell, Sarah. It's get checked. Get checked. That's what I got. I'm pretty sure. Good night. 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 Good night, everyone. Love you guys. Appreciate you. You guys are all amazing, amazing, beautiful pearls. Yeah, I got to be up at 5:30. Ugh. It comes very early. I thought it was like 11:30 or 12. Good night, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Justice for Jack and Lilly Sullivan. We're going to find those babies. And they're going to get justice. And we're not going to freaking stop until they are found and justice is served. God bless. God knows where they're at. The Lord knows, and the Lord is just. Amen. Good night. Yes. Oh, thank you. Wait till you get to cell block C. How you doing? Hold on 1 second. I got my fan. 1 second. I got my fan. Here we go. Daniel, wait till you get to cell block C. How you doing, bish? How you doing? Okay. You're going to get the cell block C. And I got this from the Dollar Tree, bish. How about that? Pearl Daddy out. Now, if you will excuse me, Daniel and Junkyard Janeth, I have to go take off my face, which takes another fucking hour. Justin, I thought Daniel texted you Friday night and said she wasn't wearing those clothes. Wearing the clothes? Daniel said, Daniel said Jack and Lilly weren't wearing the clothes that everyone thought that they were wearing. It's been a while since you used the fan, I know. I have a really big fancy fan. I need to get it somewhere. It's a big ass fan. It's an expensive one. It's a You know what? I remember that. I know. Remy broke this one. It's my Dollar Tree one. You got a fan? I can fan them all day, baby. Let's fan it out. How you doing? All right, guys. God bless you. Appreciate you all very much, Pearls, truly. Thank you all so much. Take good care of yourself. Get some rest. We've got another day tomorrow, Lord willing, to keep pressing on. God bless.